Thanks for being so patient. That just about concludes your checkup. Sorry yours ended up taking so much longer than everyone else's. Oh, I'm glad to hear you say that. Although we could have done it another time and taken a full day for it. Your persona abilities are rather unusual compared to the others, aren't they? That's why we had to run so many more tests on you. Well, based on how you performed so far, I don't expect there to be any problems. Persona abilities can be dangerous, depending on how they're used. With that in mind, it can't hurt to err on the side of caution. How are you feeling about it? Do you have any concerns about your power? That's understandable. But I don't think there will be any issues with your test results. And based on what I'm hearing from Kirijo-kun's reports, you've been performing just fine. I truly am grateful for everything the team has done, especially you. Things have really changed for the better since you arrived. Our team has grown, and we've even figured out how we can eliminate the dark hour. In a way, you've sort of gotten the clock ticking for us again. It's almost as if we were just waiting for you these past 10 years. I'm afraid I can only support you from behind the scenes. But I'll be counting on you to eliminate the 4 remaining shadows. Now then, it's getting pretty late. Why don't we get you back to the door? Oops, excuse me for a second. Hello? Oh, thanks for your help the other day. Uh-huh. Yes. It's missing from that document? It's urgent? Wait, but by today?
Iwatodai. This is the final train bound for Tatsumi Port Island. Please board before the scheduled departure time.
Oh, it looks like you're at Iwatodai Station now. It's so late. We were starting to get worried. Did you run into any trouble? Oh, I see. I hope everything's all right. I'll let Kirijo-senpai know. We're in the command room right now. I'll go ahead and navigate you back to the dorm. I'm sure you'll be fine, but considering what happened with Koro-chan, I'd rather play it safe. Wait, I can sense a shadow! And it's really close to you! It's over at the Moonlight Bridge! It's too dangerous to go alone. You should stay put until everyone else gets there. Oh no! There's another reading near the shadow! It's a person! Oh, wait!
Oh my. And what have we here? So much power, so much chaos. I'd not be foolish enough to turn my back on such a predator. And on top of that, we have an unexpected guest tonight. Not a very favorable situation, all things considered. So, given this little predicament, how do you intend to partake? The enemy of my enemy is my friend, is it? Sound reasoning. What a hapless night, is it not? Well then, shall we begin? that's your strategy. You make a good target. What to do? I'm impressed. It's tougher than it looks. This too is fate. That was quite the spectacle. But it's time to end this. You make a good target. As a reward for your efforts, let me show you my power. Come, Persona! Here is an offering of solace. The finale was surprisingly unsatisfying, wasn't it? Your persona ability is truly fascinating. It's different from the one I saw the last time, isn't it? So, you can choose from multiple personas to fit the situation. You must be burdened with an extremely unusual fate. It seems your friend has arrived. Then I suppose I'll have to be on my way for tonight. What is your name? I'll see to it that I remember. Enemies though we may be, I'm not one for leaving a debt unsettled. I shall have to repay you another time.
Are you all right? Did you already defeat the Shadow? Good work, but that was an unnecessary risk you took. You can fill me in on the way back. In any case, I'm glad you're okay.
No. No means no. I am currently negotiating with Koromaru-san. Koromaru-san is prohibited from going out for a walk on his own. There were arrangements for Sanada-san to accompany Koromaru-san on his walk today. However, the scheduled time has passed, and Sanada-san has yet to return. Koromaru-san's patience has reached its limit. Koromaru-san is requesting that you accompany him instead. Are you available to assist at the moment? You are what they call a lifesaver.
A non-human persona user. Now that is certainly unique. However, my fascination lies more with you. Good evening. There's no need for hostility. Now is hardly the time. Let's have a little chat. Come along. What exactly are you waiting for? Now then, I have a question for you. However, just demanding answers from you wouldn't be a very fair arrangement, now would it? I will answer one question of your own first. So, what do you want to know? My coat is invisible to fools. But of course, I'm joking. What a surprise that you would rather ask about me instead of our group. Perhaps this is a sign that we may reach a mutual understanding. In the beginning, we had no quarrel with you. Had you not decided to eliminate the Dark Hour, we wouldn't have had a reason to interfere. It is truly unfathomable. The power of a persona is a blessing granted only to us. Yet, you insist on ending the Dark Hour, knowing full well that your powers will be lost. Now, answer me this. Why? Are you trying to protect the world from the shadows? Is that truly how you feel? In this country, almost 5,000 people die in car accidents every year. And yet, there is no outcry against the existence of cars. Why do you suppose that is? It is because we value our own convenience over the lives of others. So then, why should we give up the powers we were bestowed? Do you know what a savior complex is? You are being trapped by a misguided way of thinking. We have no obligation to sacrifice what is ours to save others. Giving up your own life to save others is simply a waste. Your reason for fighting is one of obsession. Do you continue to deny it because you can't accept the truth? There is no need to rush your decision. You should think carefully about it. We have been given a special power, and yours is particularly extraordinary. It's as if the Dark Hour has chosen you. Does it really make sense for you to reject this gift? That was all I had to say. Tonight is a new moon. You have ample time to reconsider before the moon waxes full again. With that, my debt to you is paid. Perhaps it might help you make up your mind. Well then, I shall be going. I trust you'll have changed your tune by the next time we meet.
Looks like Chidori still ain't back yet. I get it's her own fault for running off on her own, but she's still one of us, you know? We gotta help her somehow.
Don't be impatient, Jin. If she hasn't yet freed herself, that must mean her evoker was taken. Our first objective must be to retrieve it. It would mean nothing to free Chidori without it. For us, our persona is as precious as our very lives. We should wait for an opportunity. They've found their own navigator, their own set of eyes. Without Chidori, we'd only be playing into their hands.
Yeah, you're right, Takaya. Sorry I lost my cool there for a second. But what are we gonna do? They took down that shadow during the last full moon like it was nothing. If they got someone who can predict our moves, it'll be hard to catch them off guard.
Yes, that's true.
By the way, what is that thing? It looks like some kind of clunky evoker.
This is one of the first evokers ever developed. I suppose you could call it a prototype. Oh, that's right. You've never seen this before, have you, Jin? This was truly a terrible piece of work. In exchange for drawing out the full extent of a persona's latent power, the cost is that they become exceedingly difficult to control, especially for those who had their power forced upon them, like ourselves. To a persona that has lost control, the user is but a shackle. In those days, it was more commonplace to be killed by our own personas than by the shadows. This was the result of one such killing. I am a shadow, the true self. Regardless, I'm not one to dwell on the past.
So, that's why you don't use an evoker?
Hardly. The real reason is far more practical. I don't use one because I have no need. I don't require something as inelegant as a tool to prove my resolve.
You really are something special, Takaya.
Yet, there is always someone out there who is even greater. Such as one who can wield multiple personas. Am I feeling attachment for someone? Impossible.
Takaya?
Such a thought is beneath me. This is the first time we've met during the day. Let's have a chat while the opportunity presents itself. That doesn't concern me. Now, let's be off. I understand one of my group has caused you some trouble. Is she in good health? It must be difficult looking after her. After all, you likely can't rein her in for very long. Or could it be you've already killed her? So you're keeping her alive. Then I take it you've had to use the suppressants. As I'd expect from Kirijo's resourcefulness. And you now have someone with first-hand experience among your number as well. If you already know about the suppressants, that simplifies things. Can you imagine it? A persona user murdered by their other half. Such is the fate of a persona that has gone berserk. As you have already seen for yourself. This power of ours is not meant to be wielded by just anyone. That holds true even for those who were awakened by force. It comes at a great cost, and we can only harness it by walking the line between life and death. This power makes us who we are. And yet, you hold the ability to wield so many. The Dark Hour has graced you with its favor, almost unjustly so from our perspective. Now, I ask you, don't you think it'd be a shame for you to lose such a special power? You stubbornly cling to that sentiment. Do you have no intention of understanding anything? Choosing to turn a blind eye towards your own power, to the grief of the fallen, the unchosen, the unloved. Such apathy, such insolence. You trample upon everything we stand for, and worst of all, your rejection of mine. You tread upon your gifts like dirt, and in doing so, reveal your own arrogance. It disgusts me. I see now that nothing will change your mind. If our beliefs are at odds with each other and neither side is willing to concede, then a battle is unavoidable. Our final confrontation will come in our own time. You have been blessed with a power greater than any other, and yet you don't see its true value. Such a shame.
There's something worth looking at from here.
The moon is almost perfect.
It'll be full in just 3 more days.
So it would seem. I have no intention of relinquishing my abilities and living an empty life, to continue existing as we are or to die powerless.
I hear you. I know how important this is to you, Takaya. To us, we can't afford to lose it. And besides,
Jin?
if the Dark Hour disappears, we might forget everything that happened. Won't we? I'd forget you and Chidori, the things we did together, our time at the facility. All of it. To me, that's a fate worse than death. I couldn't care less if that damned facility got erased from my memory. Having this uncontrollable power forced on us, watching everybody we knew disappear one by one. There's just one thing I refuse to forget. Back when I was trapped in that living hell, you spoke to me. Thanks to what you said, I learned how to keep myself going. Your words gave my life meaning, Takaya. If I forget that, I won't have any reason to be alive. It may not be much of a purpose compared to yours. It was just a couple of words, I know. But they meant the whole world to me. So I can't lose this fight either.
Is that so? Well then, why don't we find out together? Whom will fate elect to choose? Them or us?
Right.
You there? You live in a world where emptiness roams and chaos reigns. You struggle so fervently, twinkling like stars in the night. But such delusion will not lead to deliverance. Why not join us in the Messiah and await the moment of salvation? You say that only because you don't know the truth. Heed the voice of the Messiah and follow the path to true salvation. Now, go and speak to our Savior.
Well, well, well. I do believe this is the first time you've ever visited me. I'm sure you are aware of the coming salvation. Yes, you certainly wouldn't be so stupid. I'm certain you've realized it by now. We have no further reason to be enemies. Your efforts were all for naught. The Dark Hour will persist, and Nyx will bring an end to this planet. Fate has been decided. But there is no need to worry. We are simply being freed at last from the illusion of a future rife with betrayal. Nothing more and nothing less. All you must do is embrace this truth. Do so, and I shall be your shepherd. But of course, that's just the kind of person you are. So then, you intend to fight Nyx? I see. I scorn those who preach about the future with improvidence. The world does not need a script that is already written, nor does it want for charlatans who speak as though the future can be seized. What it needs is for the curtain to fall. If I just endure for now, if I can wait until tomorrow, these blind hopes for the future are the root of the people's suffering. They can never be saved because they look to a future that doesn't exist. It doesn't matter whether you can defeat Nyx or not. Why, you ask? Because you won't even be able to reach her. On the day of salvation, I will wait atop the Tower of Demise for Nyx to arrive. And be warned, if you dare to oppose me, I will show no mercy.